Okay, so here is LITECoin. There is that term that I've been using quite often now called the all the same market, where charts across the board start looking very similar. Even the patterns are looking, if not exact, pretty darn close to it. So here is LITECoin. Earlier today I had posted Bitcoin, ascending right triangle pattern. LITECoin is no different. And there's a real important reason as to why this is happening. The reason why you're seeing across the board, across cryptosphere, many of the coins having similar pattern is because of sentiment. Sentiment is pretty much uniform across the board. And the most mature, not the mature, I'd say the leading sentiment is that of the Bitcoin. So here's LITECoin following Bitcoin from a correlation point of view. Back about 2 weeks ago or so, I'll try to pull it up, I had written a blog regarding phasic and non-phasic cycles. When sentiment is similar across the board, generating this type of all the same kind of market with regards to similarity index and pattern, Elliott wave count, and even indicators. When that's happening, then what you're looking at is that the cycles are in phase. If you ever at a stoplight, maybe at night, maybe on a left turn, and you see two cars ahead of you, they both have the left yellow blinkers on. Initially, they may be off sync. Blink, blink, the two are not in sync. But there comes a moment and time frame when they actually become in sync. And then they'll go out of sync again. That is called a phasic when they are in sync, and non-phasic when they are out of sync. And usually the synchronization is led by a giant of sentiment factor, and in this case Bitcoin is that moon that moves the tides in the ocean of the cryptosphere. And LITECoin definitely swims in that ocean and is affected by the tides, quote unquote, aka sentiment, exuded by Bitcoin. Okay, so here's LITECoin, horizontal, upclimbing, inclining lines. This is representing good support. If this support breaks, you've got a different story going on. But until this support breaks, I'm going to call this pattern of the ascending right triangle to find the target, minimum target. I draw a line that is parallel to the hypotenuse. I draw this parallel to this line where the horizontal white and the upclimbing white, where they meet. This is called the apex. From the apex, I draw a vertical line until it meets that parallel line. This is the point where I see the minimum target. $80.18. Don't forget the pennies. If you have 100,000 LITECoins, every penny counts to a sizable profit. If you have 100 LITECoins, every dollar counts to make a sizable impact on the profit. So here it is. Now let's go back to the left. Do I see a fractal of this somewhere? Can you find a fractal where the same pattern might have occurred in the past? Right here. I got a comment, not a commentator, earlier from a really nice person who shared his thoughts on ascending right triangles belonging to a declining trend. And that's not how I learned it. It can occur in both, I believe, up and down. And we'll see how it goes, because I learned that ascending right triangles are a pattern of a trend reversal on a declining trend. So we should also see volume declining, and this is the confirmation on the volume side. And let's look at this. Volume for this was declining too, and the volume exploded. So we should see, as the price gets closer to the apex, if this pattern works out. It is not 100% correct. If it was, this pattern will be so predictable that everyone will use it and only one person would own all the cryptos. That's not how technical analysis works. If this pattern comes up one more time, then the pattern is complete, and because it touches horizontal, and if it exceeds it so that it reaches the minimum target, then you should see an explosion in volume here as well. From a supply-demand point of view, sellers took charge. There's a tug of war going on between the supply and demand, or sellers and buyers. Buyers, sellers. Buyers are trying to get it again. Meanwhile, volume goes to a dribble, to a trickle. And just suddenly, with a full force of the bulls, surge out in price and volume should be happening. Okay? I hope this is helpful. If you buy into this, I always ladder. I've covered ladder in quite a few videos already. And a single transaction entry of all your shares is not a risk management, in my opinion. You have to scale yourself into the entries and the exits. So I hope you take a look at and consider that as well. Thank you.